So, I continually see questions online about whether or not you need to reserve train tickets in advance when you come to Japan, or even if you live here like me. The short answer is generally no, except for a few situations. When using long-distance trains in Japan, including the Shinkansen or bullet train, you are able to get reserved seating tickets. The easiest way to do so is to simply go to a JR ticket office at any JR station and you can buy them there. A quick tip if doing this, have the locations and rough times that you want to travel written down to show the staff, as they may have limited to no English depending on the station. If you wish, you can do this well in advance. For example, you can buy all your tickets for your whole trip at one time, though generally a day or two in advance is enough time to do this. If you don't have a tight and hard schedule to adhere to, usually the same day is perfectly fine as well, as there are nozomi trains every 10 to 15 minutes or so, depending on the route. I see some tourists like to buy their Shinkansen tickets online before coming to Japan, using some websites or apps like Klook, SmartX, and Ekinet. These can be useful if A. You're a control freak and want to absolutely ensure that you catch all the exact trains as you have planned on your itinerary, or B. You're looking for some discounted prices on some train lines. But beware that you generally can't use a JR pass for these sites in advance, as you have to arrive in Japan before receiving the pass. And there are surcharges for canceling or changing your train times with these online booking sites. So, by using these apps, you can technically reserve your train seats up to 21 days in advance. But, do you really need to?
I don't know, mate.
In general, I would say you definitely don't need to reserve your seats far in advance, especially from outside of Japan. I've been taking the Shinkansen for years and only ever had trouble getting multiple seats, not single seats, once during the Obon national holiday period. Now, I like getting reserved seats, but I definitely just do it a few days before or the day of and have had no problems. If you are a tourist, one big catch to getting tickets far in advance is plans change. Say you've arrived in Japan and are having the time of your life in Osaka, for example. What if you want to stay a few days longer or leave later the same day in your schedule? Online pre-book tickets will usually come with the aforementioned charge to change them. And while there's no charge to change the physical tickets at a JR ticket office, it could cost you valuable time making a trip there and waiting in line. So, relax. While traveling, I would recommend being as flexible as possible to get the most out of your trip. Now, there are a few times when you seriously might want to consider pre-booking your tickets, most notably during the holiday seasons in Japan, which are Golden Week, the end of April to the beginning of May, Obon, which is the middle of August, and New Year's, which is obviously the beginning of January. Almost everyone in Japan travels during these time periods, and if you need multiple tickets or seats together, you should book ahead of time. Another situation to pre-book tickets is if you have larger parties traveling together, or you're traveling with multiple children and you want to sit together. While there usually is always availability during these normal times, seating together as a group could be an issue. And finally, you might want to consider booking tickets in advance if you are traveling on the Shinkansen with larger luggage. New rules started a while ago for using the bullet train. I made a video about this previously, and you can check it out in the link above for more details. And if you have oversized bags, you will need to reserve special seats, which are limited on each train. This needs to be done when purchasing your tickets regardless of timing, and while free when purchasing your tickets, there is a fee if you forget to do this. As mentioned, there are limited seats available for this option on each train, so they might fill up quickly depending on the route and time. So now for a quick recap. You don't need to pre-book long-distance trains far in advance or before you reach Japan, unless you are traveling during the holiday seasons, which are the end of April, the middle of August, and the beginning of January. You have a large party and want to sit together. You are traveling with multiple children and want to be together. You have large luggage that requires reserved seating on the Shinkansen. Or you are not flexible at all with your schedule. But other than that, there's really no reason to stress about pre-booking your long-distance train tickets. Just count on doing it a day or two before, or the day of your planned trains, and if you are a little flexible, you should have no problems. Enjoy! Well, as always, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as push that notification bell to never miss more tidbits from Japan.